Hey, today we're going to talk about writing the perfect job description for an auto detailer. Now, hiring for an auto detailer is obviously going to be a little bit more technical, a little bit more challenging when there's so many jobs available for different roles. So, we're going to talk specifically about how do you optimize a job description template to rank higher inside the search results because ultimately obscurity is usually the number one reason that candidates can't find your job. They can't see it and so they're not applying to the job. So, we're going to dive in a little bit and talk through how do you get your job posting a little bit more visible on top of those job boards? So, we're going to jump right in and talk through a couple of tips. And the first thing that I can tell you right off the gate is the job title is really what makes the biggest difference. So, in hiring for an auto detailer, make sure the phrase auto detailer is the core job title. Having sign on bonus or perks and tips and extracurricular keywords and phrases in the title actually minimizes your ability to rank high in the search results on job sites. And a lot of that because is they rank the jobs based on how much they align with what the candidate is searching for. So think of it as a candidate search for auto detailer jobs near me. And if your job title is something completely different, or it's auto detailer working on weekends, get a $500 signing bonus today, start next week, right? Every time those extra phrases get added to the title, the overlapping quality between what they look for and what you're presenting gets smaller and smaller. So we want to be as focused as possible to make sure the job title matches. This is not only going to help you get more visibility, but the big thing is it's actually going to help you get better candidates along the way as well. When building out your job posting, I highly recommend taking a moment in the opening paragraph to really talk about who you are as a company. What are you going to accomplish together? These job postings tend to be very one sided. It's here's what you're going to do for me, and I'm going to pay you for it. But instead, the candidates we're seeing optimized that are actually converting are the ones who find companies that they align with. What is the mission of the company? What's the purpose? How are we going to work together? What's the growth rate opportunity look like? How flexible is the job? A lot of these questions can be answered in that opening paragraph, really to set a tone about your company culture and what they can expect working for your company. The next part is roles and responsibilities. These sections between the responsibilities, requirements, the roles, quality bullet points actually drive the algorithms. They love it. Having just paragraphs only in your job posting never performs as well as when you actually take the time to create bullet points in lists. Keyword density matters. So having the phrase auto detailer, not too much, but a few times throughout the bullet points really can help you create alignment. So you start ranking even higher in the search results for this specific job. So taking the time, duties and responsibilities, what it really takes to be great at this position is going to help you in the long run. Make sure you're attracting the right candidate. And then the last thing is talking about some interview questions. Now, I don't think this is going to be a shock to anybody, but the gotcha questions really don't pan out. Taking the time to have a list of good quality, thought provoking interview questions really matter because a lot of times your questions are selling the candidate on what you care about. If the questions you're asking are the gotchas or they're not very thought provoking, the candidate's going to take away from that. Like you don't really care. You're just asking me questions to ask me questions. You don't really care what my answer is. But high quality questions, what motivates you is a simple question, but taking the time to actually listen and take notes and writing down and listening to what they care about really matters. One question we always ask at a company is like, how do you keep yourself balanced? One of our core values is be balanced in all things. So we ask the question, how do you find balance in your life? What are some things that give you joy? What are some things that you're going to look to when things get tough at work or you're stressed at home? How do you create balance in your life? And we really want to know the answer to that. So taking the time to ask these interview questions, and here's a full list that we recommend that's going to help you really start that conversation off in the right way. Now, obviously, posting your job is critical. So Viva HR is a great place to start. Obviously, we're biased. We admit that, but we really believe we're one of the best platforms out there to help you automate your job postings. organically? How do you show up in the search results and without having to pay for a sponsored click every single time? A lot of that's through an approved publisher. Google for Jobs is a very powerful platform right now, so we're definitely integrated there, and a lot of these other job sites will do the trick. But um, really want to tell you thank you for taking the time to watch this video and learn a little bit more on kind of how you would optimize your auto detailer job description. And hopefully these templates can be useful. If you're watching this video on YouTube, click the link and we've got a full library of templates for you to use. And wish you nothing but the best and happy hiring.